Hey guys, Variety here. Welcome to today's video in which we're going to be covering a gardening guide for Palia. So if we open up our menu and look at my level, you'll see that I am simply but a humble tomato farmer. Well, not really, I actually farm a lot of things. As you see on this side of the menu, I actually have a lot of farming stuff because I've been farming a lot of different stuff so I can teach you the kind of rights and wrongs for farming. If I'm being honest, it would take me a whole 10 seconds to show you a photo and say, farm this. The problem with that is that you don't learn gardening. Also, the developers of Palia have been nerfing stuff. So I could tell you, for example, make non-stop tomatoes, and then when they nerf that, you're in trouble because you don't know the new method. So this video is going to be focused on both how to make money, how to get focus, how to make an AFK farm, and to teach you the mechanics behind gardening so you can adapt and have fun creating your own rotations rather than just following a photo guide for the quote-unquote meta. Okay, so let's get into it. So this is Badbro. He is going to be your NPC contact point for gardening in Palia. So let's open up the store. So as you can see up here, you have the soil. This is where you're going to get your soil from. When you start with 1, you go up to 9. You're going to get your seed collector pretty quickly. The seed collector is actually very important. The main downside to a seed collector is that it takes up a crafting slot. So if you're early in the game and you still have that building up that says 8-hour crafting time, you can only have 5 crafting stations before you put that up. But once you put that up, you can buy more crafting licenses and then you can put more stations up. As you go a little bit deeper, he's going to give you some fertilizer, he's going to give you better watering cans, and probably the next important thing would be the preservation jar. Preserves jar, apologies, is going to create your jams. So it's actually really important. Down here, he's basically going to give you the watering can and the hoe. It's kind of important, the watering can, the hoe not so much. And then once you've acquired level 10, you can actually buy stuff off him with gardening points. And they're actually pretty good rewards. I don't recommend buying the apple tree seeds because you can get the level 2. You can get 2 tree seeds from the reputation quest from the general store guy. Speaking of the general store is located over here. This is where you're going to buy your seeds at the beginning of the game. So you're going to buy yourself some various types of seeds, and you're definitely going to need a bit of gold. I would recommend staying away from the tomato seeds at the start because they are kind of expensive. So let's jump back to the house and have a look at the farm plot. So here we are at the farming plot. I'm going to keep this as simple as possible, otherwise this video will extend for a very long length of time. So I'm going to show you 2 builds and then we're going to talk about what you can create with them. All the extra super advanced min-max information will be in the spreadsheet below the video. So after you watch the video, go down there and then you'll be able to see more information and anything you didn't understand in the video. Okay, so for this, all of your 9x9 sections, or 3x3s, they're all going to have 5 potatoes in a crisscross formation. After you've done that, you're going to put down 2 harvest boosters and 2 quality boosters. And they're always going to be in different locations, so you never want any seeds but the tomato to touch. That's an easy way to think about it. So let's put this down. Now you can see this one's done, right? I can see that there is a quality booster here, which is the cotton. I can't put cotton here because I don't want the cotton to touch the cotton. Just think about it that way. Never let the seeds touch each other. So no cotton here. That means the cotton goes here. Okay, so we go down 1. Cotton here means the cotton can't go there. Now obviously since the cotton can't go here, it means it's there and there, but it's already located. So I'm going to run around. I'm going to quickly put them down. As you can see, once you've kind of done it a few times, it gets a lot quicker. And this one should be correct. There we go. So now that none of the seeds are touching, you're going to see I'm going to need to water them. This can be quite annoying for you because you probably have a low level tool and you have to water them slowly. However, when you have the highest level tool, you can water all of them at once. At least when my watering can doesn't run out anyway. So as I'm watering these plants, there we go, it's pretty quick. Okay, so we don't need to water them all. So basically what this rotation is going to do is it's going to quality boost and it's going to harvest boost all of the tomatoes. What you're going to want to be doing is, so what you're doing is you're boosting quality and harvest speed tomatoes to get as many tomatoes as you can. And then when you get these tomatoes, you're going to want to put them in the seed hoppers. And then you want to get tomato seed packets back. What you want to do is, you see I have a lot of tomato seeds here. You want to sell your high quality tomato seeds to the store. And then your low quality tomato seeds, the ones you got from using low quality tomatoes, put them back on the ground. The reason you're using low quality tomatoes is because your cotton is boosting your low quality tomatoes you're putting back in the ground. So you sell the high quality ones, reuse the low quality ones. If you don't have enough low quality ones, that's okay. Just use some of the high quality ones. It won't be the end of the world. So this rotation is going to require you to water it, but it's boosting all the tomatoes to give you the max profit by turning these tomatoes into seeds and selling the seeds. It's pretty easy. So the second build is one that I much prefer. So this is how it works. So if we look here, you're going to notice that everything is water retained, harvest boosted, and they should be quality boosted. So you'll notice here that I've put down 2 wheats. Ignore that. This middle line should be all cotton for you. And what this is going to do is all the cotton is going to boost everything quality, right? Because you want quality potatoes, you want quality tomatoes. But once everything is already starred, so once you only have starred seeds, like starred seed potatoes and tomatoes, put them down. In this rotation, you don't use low quality tomatoes, you use high quality tomatoes and high quality potatoes. And then you're going to put down your wheat in the middle so it harvest boosts everything, okay? So let's go over that again to make sure it's not too confusing. So you do this rotation initially and you put the cotton in the middle so everything gets high quality. You want high quality produce. You put it in the seed hopper to get the high quality seeds. Once you have the high quality seeds, you come and put them back down. The high quality seeds do not interact with cotton. They can't double boost. So because you already have high quality, you no longer need high quality. So the middle line then becomes harvest. So you replace it with rice or wheat. At that point, everything has water retain, harvest boost, high quality boost because it's got a star. You now have 3 boosts on all of your plants. Now, if you go to the general store, for example, and buy the fertilizer that prevents weeds, you can put the fertilizer down and now you have 4. So now you have harvest boost, quality boost, self-watering, and self-weeding. If you do this, you can leave this farm for days at a time, like in-game days, which would be hours of IRL time. You can spend more time playing the actual game. At the beginning, you're going to be doing a rotation of like, at the beginning, what I did is I did a combination of wheat, rice, and cotton. So cotton was boosting the rice and the wheat, and the rice and the wheat was boosting how much cotton I was getting. And I just sold this stuff straight to the store. And I made quite a bit of gold doing this. And this is how I was able to afford the seed hoppers and the more plots. But as I got more put down, I started running this build here to really accelerate how many tomatoes I was getting. Once I was done with that, this was taking too much time because I had a low quality hoe and a low quality water bucket. It was just taking too much time per day. I changed to this so I had more game time rather than just farm time. I just want to state that I was playing a lot, a lot. And this method here, while the gold isn't as good, still made me more than enough gold to buy all the recipes and everything that I wanted. Was it enough gold to splurge and buy every item in the game instantly? No. Did it make more than enough gold to support me buying anything I needed at any time? Yes. And it was completely AFK, so after a while, I do recommend running this one over that one over here. So over here we have the apple tree and we have the berry bush. So I haven't completely fixed these yet. I've put these over here just to show you how they work. So the apple tree is going to take up 9 slots. I originally believe I got 2 apple seeds from the general store guy when I got his reputation up. And then you have the berry bush, which takes up 4 slots. Keep in mind that when you're putting fertilizer down, they also take a lot more fertilizer than normal and a lot more water because they're taking up effectively more slots rather than a single slot. So at this point, we now understand the first rotation, which is more focused on gold. As you can see, everything needs to get watered and weeded. That's why I talked about the second build, so you can actually avoid this. Like, look at this. This is a lot of work that you have to accomplish. And then over here, look at this. Nothing. It's perfect. But now that we've learned how to do that, let's talk more about the preserve jars. So the preserve jars, I think, is something you get at level 7 or level 8 from Bradu. And once you get them, you can start making like jam or pickled items. So if you run this build here a little bit later, you're going to get the potatoes, whereas this build you are not. To be clear, you don't want to be pickling tomatoes or anything else. The only things you want to be pickling are potatoes, and you want to jam the blueberries and the apple tree. So the apple tree and the blueberries will give a lot more seeds per time that you pick them, and you can pick them a lot more often than the tomatoes, so they are less work than the tomatoes, and they're turned into jams rather than turned into seeds. So let's open up one of these preserve jars. Okay, so we can see here we're turning a high quality blueberry into a high quality blueberry jam, a 1-to-1 ratio from 58 to 88. So that is a 30 gold jump for each one that you do. And if we look at the other preserve jars, we have a basic apple, which is 64 to 96, and that's only the basic version. The high quality version is even higher. So if you look into here, you see the high quality apple jam version is a whopping 144 gold. So later in the game, you can either mainly do tomatoes, kind of like this, where you've got more AFK, or you can focus more on the trees and making the jams and selling the jams. In my opinion, it should either be apples or tomatoes. I'm not really a fan of the berry bush. I don't like how it takes up 4 slots. I find that quite annoying. But to each his own. I really want to emphasize that a lot about gardening in Palia is about comfort, in my opinion. Like, I made more than enough gold doing that rotation over there, even though it's not worth as much as that one. However, I still had people, telling me I need to do this one. I need to make the max gold per hour. You really don't. You really, really don't. So do whatever makes you feel comfortable. And remember to check out the spreadsheets today, linked below the video, which will give you more information and different rotations that you can use and more min-maxed information that will help you decide exactly what rotation that you want to use. Just keep in mind that the farm, it doesn't run overnight. So for example, if you go to bed and it's say 8 p.m. in game, the farm will tick forward at 6 a.m. but it'll only tick forward one time, right? It doesn't continue ticking forward. I don't know if this is a bug, I don't know if it's intentional, but that's what's been going on. However, when it comes to the seed hoppers and the preserve jars, they don't stop despite being offline. So if you put a potato in, for example, and you come back 10 hours later, you're going to have 10 pickled jars. So you actually want to make sure that you farm enough produce throughout the day to make sure that your seed hoppers and your preserve jars can run overnight. Anyway, I think that's everything you need to know about the basics of gardening in Palia. Thanks for watching, guys.